All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, and today we're going to be doing kind of a review in progress, a TV show recommendation. Today we're going to be talking about a show I found on Amazon Prime, and I've been meaning to watch it, but my internet had been out for a couple of months. Today we're going to be talking about the currently Amazon show, Loudermilk. That's produced and co-created by Peter Farrelly of the Farrelly brothers, who did Dumb and Dumber, amongst other gems like Kingpin. It's also written and directed by, Bobby Farrelly. This is their kind of thing, and it's also co-created by another gentleman whose name is escaping me right now. But I wanted to talk about this show, even though I haven't finished watching season 2. There are 3 seasons available on Amazon Prime, and right off the bat, if you like the Farrelly brothers, right, don't expect Dumb and Dumber, but if you like the Farrelly brothers, you're probably going to like this. If you like this cast, which this cast I really, 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 really dig, if you like the sensibilities of and how a lot of Farrelly brothers stuff works, you've got a lot of the things in here, but also this show, it really hits me where I live, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes as we talk about this. But the history of this show, I'd never heard about this. Never. If I did, it just was on the back burner. And I think the reason I didn't know about this show is because of how it first was presented. All right, I was looking it up because it's it just says, oh, on Amazon. And I did a little digging. Of course, you go to the fucking Wikipedia of this thing, right? It was put on something called the Audience Network, which, as it says, was an American pay television channel that was owned by AT&T. In this channel, it featured a mix of original and acquired series, specials, and feature films. The network operated as a commercial-free service and broadcasts its programming without editing for content. It was originally exclusive to DirecTV. That's why I didn't know. It's these exclusive things in Apple TV Plus and fucking Peacock and everything else that just keeps popping up. 1 or 2 channels seems to just keep showing up every day. I talked about this a long time ago. That I predicted that after a while, every single thing is going to have a channel, and then it's going to just load. We're almost there. I feel like we're already almost there, because it's like they made such a big deal about cutting the cord, and everybody cut the cord, and so many people just watch streaming now. But now your streaming bills are so piled up because you have so many different things that you might as well be paying for cable. Except at least the difference being, to me, is that you pick when you want to watch, and they give you new programming as they see fit. But you want to watch Friends, fine. You want to watch The Office on another thing or whatever. Everybody's got their niche, and you can choose to watch it at your leisure, but still. So anyway, as I go off on a tangent here, I'd never heard of it. I didn't know DirecTV had a thing. I didn't know AT&T had a thing, although it makes sense. AT&T would have a thing. But all of a sudden, Amazon acquired this. Now, I don't know what happened to the AT&T Audience Network. I'm trying to see here. Closed. So it was launched in November 5th, 1999, and closed in May 22nd, 2020. So then around there, they were probably, selling off all the stuff and seeing where it would go. And Loudermilk ended up on Amazon Prime, and now I finally got to watch it. And if you're not familiar with Loudermilk, well, Loudermilk as the little synapse puts it. Sam Loudermilk is a recovering alcoholic and substance abuse counselor with a bad attitude who manages to piss everyone off. Although his drinking is under control, he discovers that when your life is a complete mess, getting clean is the easy part. And it's produced in Canada, and it feels very Canadian, the production does. Has a great opening song by Franz Ferdinand called Stand on the Horizon that starts like every single episode, but just like the first few beats, which I really, really love for some reason. It's a very comforting to hear those first few beats every episode. But this cast is also really amazing. But to talk about like why I'm recommending this, right? So anybody who knows me in my tight little community, or the few people I allow into my world, and talking about it sometimes on my videos, is I had a history of alcohol problems for a while. I quit about 4 years ago. It's going to be 4 years in August, and when I started watching this show, it just started to really hit me. I've never been to a meeting. I quit cold turkey. And I've always really liked house-type characters. Guys that just kind of are honest to a fault and kind of rub people the wrong way sometimes. And I know that I am an acquired taste. I am honest to a fault myself. And Loudermilk is a guy who he got himself clean, but he's still who he is, and he kind of puts the whole world on, puts things, if he doesn't like something, he says it. And if he doesn't like something that somebody's doing, he says it. He brings things up and he annoys people. And I see a lot of myself in this character, but not just that. It's every time I watch it, I feel like I'm going to a little meeting for substance abuse. Now, the group in this show is filled with a bunch of kind of different characters. But there isn't a show like this that takes this subject matter right now and does what it does with it. It's funny. It's dark. It's got heart. It's got a great soundtrack. And again, this cast is fantastic. Ron Livingston hasn't been this watchable since the original Office Space. And he's good in a lot of things. He was good in Band of Brothers. He's one of those actors when you see show up, you go, yeah, I'm glad Ron Livingston is still working. But in this, he's so good. And not to be underdone by that, but this gentleman right here, okay, Will Sasso. I don't absolutely love Mad TV, but Will Sasso is one of those guys that I was like, man, after this is over, I want to see him do and be huge. And in my opinion, he's just been a working comedian, a working actor. And I haven't always watched or liked the things that he's been in. I've never disliked him, but a working actor has to work. But finally, he lands a role that just fits him so well. I am so glad to watch this guy every episode. He is so funny as Loudermilk's roommate and sponsor named Ben, who's from everyone in this. Anja Savcic, who plays Claire, who's her right there. I thought I was going to dislike immensely, but as the show goes on, her character is she's a very necessary character who keeps Loudermilk in check. And no, there's not some weird sexual chemistry going on. She's her own person. They don't treat her like anything like that they're going to go in that kind of direction. I was a little worried that they might. She's become part of their little family. They all live together, and they annoy the hell out of each other, but they need each other. And you've also got Laura Mennell, who's sitting on the edge of the couch. Laura Mennell. Oh boy, she is so good looking. She looks like a frickin' Disney princess. Everything she's been in, she is so stunning, and she's a great actress. She's like the love interest of the show. She's more than that. She's a great, a lot of who she is conflicts with Loudermilk's life, and really like that. Another person that I was so freaking happy to see in a show, in anything, is comedian Brian Regan. I've liked Brian Regan since I was a kid, and for some reason, I just felt like I didn't see him for a really long time. And I just noticed recently more of his stand-up, and to have him show up on a show, I've never seen him on a show, because his stand-up is pretty clean. I like him being off the chain. I like it. His character, Winston in this, is hilarious and off the just he's Brian Regan just let go and I really can't say enough good things about him. Matt Fraser, who plays Roger, you will remember him from American Horror Story. He has the arms that, yeah, I'm not going to go too far into that. But he's a really great actor of his own right. I don't know how to talk about it without feeling a little weird, because I feel like I'm going to say the wrong thing when it comes to his his arms. But the thing is like very quickly, I don't look at his arms. I look at the actor playing him, and it just so happens that he has these hands that are a certain way. He's really good, and they give these characters some arcs. These are guys that are in the group. Timothy Weber is another great character actor who's just very weird on the show. He's very weird. You've got a character played by Danny Watley who plays Cutter, who's this guy who lost. He had a sponsor. Something bad happened, and now when he sponsors a new guy, he goes so far into it that it's basically driving the other guy insane. You've got the priest who's the head of the church. He's like the pastor or the priest, the father of this place that lets them be there. He's really great. I remember him all the way back from Dreamcatcher. Ricky Blitt as new guy. Who else is in this? Eddie Barbanel, who is actually a veteran of the Farrelly brothers, who has Down syndrome, is great in this. They use him a lot. They use a lot of handicapped actors in their stuff, which is another thing that I always really liked about the Farrelly brothers, is they find ways to give work to these guys that are really good actors. This guy that Eddie has been in so much, and it's one of those things where you hear about people with Down syndrome, right? And you know that the life expectancy is not always very great. And so seeing him in this going, oh man, he's actually, kind of looking like an older man now. And it's nice to see these actors still going. But that's enough about the cast. Like I said, I've only watched the first couple of seasons I'm halfway through the second season. Haven't finished it. Haven't watched the third. But all the antics they get into, there's a whole arc about a guy who's allowed his boss to force him to take his alcohol abuse meetings. And the guy actually, he's not an alcoholic, and he is the one that this character Cutter puts under his wing and drives him nuts. Meanwhile, you've got Ben with this secret going on. You've got Loudermilk, who is Loudermilk, and he's trying to romance this girl Claire, Allison, while helping Claire get through her first days of sobriety. And out of this whole group, they all give him shit. He gives everybody shit. But they're all like a great family unit. That alone, they're nothing, but together they're this great group of people that do care about each other. And like I said, as funny and as weird as it is, and off the cuff, and sometimes, does the typical Farrelly Brothers humor and goes places that you wouldn't expect, there's still this great heart inside this show, where it really does have its heart in the right place, and everybody is really trying, and trying to get better, and trying to help each other. And sometimes the way that they help hurts. It's not afraid to get in your face about certain things, and it makes you think. If you've got these kind of problems, or still, if you're like me and you're, sometimes wonder, am I going to be able to stay the course in these things? This is the kind of show that, can help you. in a good way, you know, like it can make you laugh and still make you think and realize, you know, I'm not the only person with these kind of problems out there. And so that's all I really got. I'm not going to get into plot stuff or anything like that too far because I hate giving away stuff in comedies. Once you hear a joke, you can't hear it twice and have the same reaction. So I need y'all to watch this show because I'm not going to review it. This is like the review. Maybe I'll do a series review when I'm all done in case this show doesn't come back for like a fourth season, which I hope it does now that it's on Amazon. I would really like to see more of this, but who knows? By the end of the third season, maybe there's an end to it. I don't know. But I would love to see more, and I hope you guys enjoy this recommendation as much as I like talking about it. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit the like button. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers. I would love to hit 2,000 subscribers this year. So yeah, hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Share, hit the bell for all notifications, blah, 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 blah. Have a great night, everybody. Be nice to each other. Get vaccinated. I just did. I literally just came from there less than an hour ago with my bad self. Have a great night. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.